Hey YouTube, so just a quick update. I've got a new scale from Walmart. Yes, Walmart. It's what's open when I leave home, and I didn't feel like waiting 2 days, so I wanted to get these reviews from the last of my jump ropes that I have in stock. Yes, in stock. So this one is the Dynapro Direct. Let's open it. Already opened it. It kind of reminds me of the crossover or cross ropes. Handles are really long. The handles are really long on this. Let's start with this. I haven't actually used this rope yet. Normally I do it the other way around. So from end to end, you're looking at 7 3/4. With the rod end, it's actually 8 inches. When I say it reminds me of the cross ropes, it has this. The cross ropes, this O-ring right here, the cross ropes is actually welded. This one's not welded, so this will come apart on you over time of use. There is a gap. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's a strong piece of metal, but they do spread just like your keys would. You commonly see them on keychains. The other one inside of it as well, it's not welded, so I'm going to give it, I'm kind of ding it on quality there. The cross ropes one is it looks welded, so as far as this one actually came brand new. There's already a dent here. I mean, it feels like metal. It doesn't sound like metal, but it has this, feels more of a plasticky. Let's see how the bearings do. It has some decent looking bearings. Not bad. Let's do it from up top where you have the least friction. It's not too bad. Just as a courtesy to them, and I did it because I did this for some of the other ropes. You have to keep in mind when you buy stuff on Amazon, it could be sitting on the shelf for a while. Whatever grease or lubrication they use could be drying out. So once again, we got our white lithium grease from Lowe's or Home Depot. No, I don't work for WD-40. You see how little I apply there? Let it sink into the bearing, and then I'm just going to kind of turn it. Definitely helped it. There's a big wobble in there. What that probably tells me is it's probably just one big bearing. I mean, it could be two, but I mean, it's not bad. I mean, you compare that to this one that's not lubricated. It's about the same, actually. Well, this one's probably not even bad. I mean, as bad as the other one. See? Okay, there's that, and then I'm going to do about the same amount of force. Oops. God damn it. So, yeah, it helps a little bit. So, there's already a dent here. Reminds me of a monarch butterfly. It's got the little white polka dots. Cable. It's just straight PVC. I don't actually have to cut it because it's already cut. It's just straight PVC. Cable doesn't feel that heavy, so it's going to be lighter, but this kind of goes with why I don't recommend just for straight PVC cables. It's because when you have straight PVC cables, they do fold up and they stay folded. You can't really uniron them out. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take this this thread's on, and it's what holds the PVC in place. I'm going to cut this so we can get an accurate measurement on how much this weighs. And once again, I did get a new scale from Walmart. This one doesn't have the little dot there, so I can, instead of saying 2.5 grams, I'm going to say 25 grams. Not putting it together like a dum-dum. Anyways, I'm in grams right now. It is, well, it's teeter-tottered a little bit, but 39 grams is how much the handle weighs, which is pretty light for especially how long the handle is. The bearings are all right. I mean, I'm not going to knock the bearings. They, you don't need that centripetal motion or whatever it's called, or centrifugal motion. I do not like this style of this because this will slide out. The advantage of this, though, once again, you can use any wire you want on here. You can go to Lowe's, Home Depot, McMaster-Carr, pick up some wire rope. You can even use a wire that you got off of an old jump rope. So I do like that, but I don't like this because this will back out eventually and the rope will fall out. It wasn't that easy to pull out though. As you saw, I did have to cut it. So if it does damage the rope, it creates kind of a little gash in there, so that way the rope doesn't slide out when you're using it. So that's kind of a plus. I would throw some Loctite on there. And if you're going to do that, use the blue. You don't want to use the red. So that's blue 242. The red one looks like this. It specifically says red, high strength. Red is almost permanent, so I'm removing red off of stuff. Typically your bolt either gives or something gives and something breaks and then you're SOL. So not bad. Not bad on the bearings. Not for super duper speed. Now this rope's going to be excellent for the crazy tricks like your TSs, your EBs, double under EBs, double under TS, just because of how long these handles are. Now my next review was for the Rogue rope, and for that I have one just sitting right here. This one's longer than my Rogue, which is going to be the next review. So if you take a look at the screen, oh wait, before we go, there's nothing else in here. Piece of paper with instructions. It does tell you how to adjust it. It also gives you instructions on how to do everything for the most part. So I would recommend this rope for intermediate, and especially if you're trying to learn new tricks, stuff like that. This would be a great rope. Just keep in mind that this will back out. As I said, I would throw a little Loctite on there in case you guys are wondering how the Loctite works. You can go to Home Depot or Lowe's, and I may as well just show you. You only need a tiny bit. So let's say you got your rope in here, right? What I'm going to do, so let's say this is the adjustment I want or whatever, right? Alright, I think it was going like this. Yes. It goes like this. Leave a decent amount out, but let's just say, hypothetically, this is what I want. Okay, this is my length. So what you do is you take the threaded end, and you only need, for something like this too, I would put just, you only always just need a little bit. Like, that's enough. You don't need any more than that. And then what this is going to do, just start screwing it in. It's okay if it gets on your hands. It's not going to kill you. You gotta turn it from right here. Don't turn it from the bearing because obviously it's a bearing. It's going to turn. Then, I'm kind of stupid right there because I should have put it on the end. So what I'll do is I'll go back up because it's going to be on the end threads. It should already be in there, but so now that I'm at the end, I would probably put it right here actually. I used way too much. So there you go. And then this will prevent it from backing out. I'd get it all the way in there as far as you're going to get the rope. Make sure it's secure. It's not coming out. See, it was very easy. So what I'd probably do, I just hand tighten it. It's pretty good. So, the other way to ensure you can get yourself some vice grips. Do your adjustment on the vice grips. I'm not going to do this right now. And then also turn that with some channel locks at the same time. Another way to do it, I would highly recommend you do that to this rope because once again, like this will back out over time, and then as you're jumping, it's just going to slowly come out. And when it slowly comes out like that, two things are going to happen. This is going to slide out like that, and then at the same time, this is also increasing the length of your rope. Now you're talking, how long is this? You're talking up to a ½ inch almost. And a ½ inch, believe it or not, is a world of difference in a jump rope. So I'm just throwing that out. Just keep it in mind. Every time I've adjusted my rope, I tend to do 1 inch at a time, more or less, because I just don't. As I said, I just prefer not to damage the or to go extreme because you never know. Like I said, you could do 2-3 inches one day, and then when you're at the gym, it's going to make a world of difference. Your Loctite, this is only like $5 at Lowe's. Pick some up. And as I said, I would use this on all your jump ropes, not just the one. Okay. So go ahead and take a look at the screen. This is going to be your review for this rope. So I would recommend this rope. It's not like I wouldn't recommend this rope. It's not bad. Quality's decent. I don't think it will last very long with the kind of cable that is used, but it's a good intermediate rope. It really is. It looks good. So once again, take a look at the numbers there. Compare it. It's not bad at all. And then the price, you'll see it posted in the link. If I recall correctly, it was like $8 or $10 or something, which isn't bad. Once again, it's Prime, so you can't argue with Prime. And thank you again.